Trueline is a four revenue center entertainment complex driven by the Trueline music venue, 1,700 people, 1,400 on the ground in a descending footprint with 300 people in the balcony, 200 theater seats approximately upstairs. And then we also have a VIP club that'll hold about 200 people. We're celebrating the history of the handlebar in a 350 cap small room that we have also in the building. And then we have a great indoor-outdoor space called the Clubhouse. I'm one of the founders of House of Blues, and we opened 13 House of Blueses. We ultimately sold to Live Nation, and I kept working for Live Nation, and I took their bad clubs and was able to take 12 of those clubs that lost $680,000 and building them into 27 clubs that produced $250 million in annual revenue and $36 million in profit. I continued that journey for 17 years with Live Nation and had tremendous success, but discovered Greenville and this opportunity and decided I wanted to do this on my own. Well, we spent a lot of time on sightlines. I would start with that. You know, we want this to be a great place, not only for the fans to see the bands, but also for the bands to see the fans. So, as I mentioned earlier, we have this sort of descending footprint into the space. So from an artist perspective, that means they're ascending from the stage, which means that everybody will be able to see the artist and the artist will be able to see everybody. And I think in terms of how important this experience is between the artist and the fan, I really do believe that this is a big component to making that much more special. I think the intimacy of the room, from the back of the room to the front of the stage, is only about 105 feet. And then from the front of the stage to the balcony is only 31 feet. And there are great sides to the balcony which allow you to see not only what's going on stage, but also what the audience is experiencing, as well as how they're interacting with the band. So I think it's going to be really cool that way. I think our backstage will be second to none in terms of the hospitality we're offering. The artists, you know, we want the artists to call their agents and managers and say, this is the greatest place I've ever played, and let that spread through the industry. And then some of the other things, you know, our VIP club will be a high-tech kind of thing. We're going to have 4 large video screens in all of our revenue centers. So I think from an ability to entertain people and an ability to make it special for people, we're going to be able to make that very personal and very exciting, I think, for both the artists and the fans. So it's the Trueline Music Hall. It is the Clubhouse, which is our indoor-outdoor space that'll have its own big screen, and we'll be doing sliced pizza and small sandwiches. The Handlebar, which is our small room, the 350 cap room, which is a respectful appreciation and acknowledgement for what the original Handlebar meant to the Greenville community. And then our VIP club called the Green Room, which will be super cool itself. Yeah, so this has been a labor of love. You know, this whole project started out of my pocket. So, you know, I've got a lot vested in this at this point. You know, I discovered Greenville because I'd opened 2 clubs in Charlotte, the Charlotte Fillmore and the Underground, and opened 3 clubs in Atlanta, the Tabernacle during my Live Nation days, my House of Blues days, and then the new Roxy Theater and the Buckhead Theater in Atlanta, and realized that there were hundreds and hundreds of bands that were just driving right by Greenville with no place to play. So I saw that as a great opportunity. I came to town, I asked if there was an entertainment district. They said yes. I asked if there was any entertainment in the entertainment district. They said no. And that's a little bit of a short story. I mean, they do music at Max Speed Shop, and obviously the ballpark is a big entertaining piece, but there's nothing like what we're doing. And so, you know, it really felt like that was a great opportunity for us. Then found a great building over here at 401 Red Street. Great landlord, James Carter, who also has similar sensibilities that I do about, you know, how attractive a place can look and how a little bit of thought can make things very interesting, as opposed to just building a warehouse. You know, so we're building a really curated project here that each revenue center will be dramatically different than the other, but they all still fit and feed the Trueline brand over time.